Halo semuanya, sesuai judul hari ini gue bakal ngebahas dan nge-review film Thor: Love and Thunder. Kenapa gue baru bikin video ini sekarang? Padahal gue sebenarnya juga udah nonton film ini tuh dari sekitar seminggu yang lalu. Well, the answer is karena I just wanna let it sink beberapa hari dan biar nggak gegabah juga to give you my thoughts. Jadi kalau film itu lebih kita resapi mungkin seminggu, kalau gue pribadi ya akan terasa lebih terpikirkan lagi dengan matang apa opini kita tentang film tersebut gitu sih. And yeah, this is my video. Well, gue tahu beberapa film Marvel ke belakang. Kalau kalian lihat review gue Doctor Strange kemarin, gue agak kurang interest sebenarnya sama konsep dari Phase 4 Marvel setelah Endgame. Well, yeah, I don't dig it at all. But in this movie, Thor: Love and Thunder, it is actually nggak seberapa pengaruh di dunia alur cerita Phase 4, but it is kind of like a Thor classic adventure. Yeah, they even said that in the movie. Jadi ini cuman ya petualangan Thor klasik gitu. Satu film yang didedikasikan khusus untuk Thor dan lebih berat ke komedi sebenarnya karena sutradaranya seperti yang kita tahu adalah Sir Taika Waititi. Kalau kalian lihat Thor Ragnarok sebelumnya, ya he's the guy that changed Thor personality from yang sebelumnya agak stiff dan kaku, lebih down to earth lagi jadi human, and ya lebih berat ke komedi seperti yang gue bilang tadi. And yeah, that's the background, and from what I saw, gue nggak kecewa. I'm not disappointed by the movie because I know exactly what I will get. But is it do I find myself really sink into this movie like the previous Marvel movie, like Thor Ragnarok, because I really enjoyed that one? Well, not so much. In fact, I think this movie is pretty lazy. I mean like, sangat sedikit effort yang ditaruh oleh tim Marvel dalam membuat Thor: Love and Thunder because it's not even that funny. I think gue nggak inget di mana momen gue di bioskop sampai ngakak kayak Thor Ragnarok. And I'm not disappointed, but it feels like just another not a really good Marvel movie. But karena emang standar gue udah turun semenjak gue selalu dikecewakan oleh film-film Marvel belakangan ini, ya jadi ya, this is some pretty watchable movie. It is still watchable. Herannya adalah yang satu ini justru sangat berat di komedi, konsep dari film ini. Sedangkan untuk Thor Ragnarok masih they still play the heavy stuff, the more elevated subject about our hero, and it is more consequently dan lebih berkonsekuensi cerita dari Thor Ragnarok ini kepada karakter kita si Thor. In this movie, like it is just like Jane Foster tiba-tiba kena kanker dan tiba-tiba jadi Thor udah gitu aja, and they just having fun with all the new stuff, new Asgard dan sebagainya, and just having fun really. Setiap menit lu pasti dapet jokes baru gitu, kayak you will find plenty of funny moment, intentionally so, yang disuguhkan dari konsep cerita Thor Love and Thunder ini. But I don't know apakah ini selera humor gue yang mungkin agak beda, or it is a really cheap comedy. They just explain the situation dan agak dibikin lebay dikit, and Thor is not like the rest of us. He's a demigod. Jokes tentang dewa dan manusia, and explaining stuff, but make it really kontras dengan personality masing-masing, and they hope they will make that event funny, but no, not for me, man. Menurut gue penulisan komedi di Thor Ragnarok jatuhnya jadi lebih berkelas gitu jokesnya, and it is sometimes comes out of nowhere, and in this one it is totally predictable. Jadi karena sama-sama Taika Waititi, mungkin pembahasan gue di review kali ini lebih banyak mengapa I don't find this movie works. I don't like this movie, and Thor Ragnarok does work, and I love Thor Ragnarok. Maybe yang pertama kali gue ulang kembali penjelasan gue, I feel like this is an effortless movie, a lazy movie, and on the other hand, Thor Ragnarok is ditulis dengan sangat lebih niat karena mungkin untuk mengembalikan nama Thor, film Thor dari Thor yang lawan Dark Elf. The movie is really a trash movie, nobody likes it, and yeah, they put some extra effort to make this one, the Thor Ragnarok one, changes all the bad and what we don't like about Thor aspect and turn it into a gold comedy, fun adventure, yet still having a substance in which we can, root for our main character Thor. In this one, it's really, on the other hand, Love and Thunder, it's just really a, it's really a mess, and I get it. It is a comedy movie, but it is really not what I found when I watched that. It is like lebih kayak, gue agak kesulitan nyari kata-kata yang tepat. Filmnya nggak jelas banget gitu, tapi nggak jelas yang nggak bagus gitu. Gue nggak spoiler ya. At the end of the scene, it's just getting really absurd, and I mean like, what the hell are they doing? This is the peak moment where udah finalenya lah gitu. Lu bandinginnya finalenya Thor Ragnarok really tense, right? But also fun and colorful. Ketika ada Korg, Thor, Hulk itu ingin retake Asgard. It is a really nice finale, really exciting and etc. But in this one, if you already watch it, try to compare those two finale moment. You get it, right? You know what I'm saying. Yeah, and this is just a classic Thor adventure movie to pass the time. But there is one aspect that made this movie really worth watching. Like, this one guy really stole the movie. He carried all the heavy burden there. I guess you know who I'm talking about. Christian Bale as the villain. He really did an amazing job. Okay, no more explanation. He did great. And yeah, he's a great villain also. So yeah, my conclusion is you don't need to watch this one on cinema. Just wait until it pops out on Disney Plus. So yeah, I'm gonna give Thor Love and Thunder, sadly, a 5 out of 10. Not a bad movie by any means, but also not a good movie. If you're looking for the action and the CGI, it's not really that good also. And for me, my personal comedy taste, and maybe bunch of other guy that I've been talked to, it is not a funny movie. The comedy fails. So yeah, but the villain is great. But if you do want to check it out on the cinema, be my guest. It's not really awful by any means. It is still watchable. And if you're a big fan of Guns N' Roses, go and see it. Bye. I think that's it. See you later.